Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all to the International Conference on Youth, Skill Development, Family Planning, Sexual and Reproductive Health, Population, Environment, Health, Well-being, Education, Employment, and Sustainable Development 2024, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 76 years of independence and United Nations Sustainable Development Goals 2015 to 2030 as part of awareness and campaigns. And also, on occasion of World Population Day 2024 and World Youth Skills Day 2024, we are organizing this 2 days international conference in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India, Sri Research Institute Center for Art, Sciences and Wellbeing, and all the collaborators, international and national fraternity. Before we start today's proceedings, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरुत्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue with today's proceedings. Today, as we have already informed yesterday, today we are commemorating World Youth Skills Day. So this is a very important commemoration and celebration today because today's youth are the productive human resources for the present and future. So on this World Youth Skills Day on 15 July, today and every day, let's work to transform education and let's ensure that youth have what they need to build skills for shaping a more peaceful and sustainable future for all. Recent estimates suggest that 600 million jobs would have to be created over the next 15 years to meet youth employment needs. In 2021, approximately 75 million young people were unemployed, 408 million were employed, and 732 million were out of labor force globally. The share of youth not in employment, education, or training, in short known as NEET, in 2020, the latest year for which a global estimate is available, rose to 23.3%, an increase of 1.5% points from the previous year and a level not seen in at least 15 years. The youth pollution will grow by more than 78 million between 2021 and 2030. Low-income countries will account for nearly half of that increase. Education and training systems need to respond to this challenge. Good quality apprenticeships, well-designed internships, and volunteering initiatives can provide entry points into the labor market for the first-time job seekers and young graduates. The 2024 theme for this World Youth Skills Day is Youth Skills for Peace and Development. In 2014, the United Nations General Assembly declared 15 July as World Youth Skills Day to celebrate the strategic importance of equipping young people with skills for employment, decent work, and entrepreneurship. The theme for World Youth Skills Day 2024, Youth Skills for Peace and Development, underscores crucial role young people play in peace building and conflict resolution. The world faces a multitude of challenges today, many of which affect the youth, violent conflicts disrupting education and stability, a polarized online environment fostering negativity, and persisting economic inequality limits opportunities. These issues threaten not only individual futures, but also the overall stability of societies. It is crucial to equip youth with the necessary skills for fostering a culture of peace, nurturing responsible global citizens, and promoting sustainable development to build a more just, inclusive, sustainable future for all. On World Youth Skills Day, let us unite in recognizing the potential of young people as agents of peace and commit to providing them with the skills and opportunities to address challenges and contribute to a peaceful, prosperous, and sustainable future. To celebrate World Youth Skills Day 2024, the permanent missions of Portugal and Sri Lanka to the United Nations, in collaboration with UNESCO, the ILO, and United Nations Youth Office, will convene a panel discussion with member states, young experts, social partners, and other stakeholders. So why we need to celebrate World Youth Skills Day and why it is important? In 2014, the United Nations General Assembly declared 15 July as World Youth Skills Day to celebrate the strategic importance of equipping young people with skills for employment, decent work, and entrepreneurship. Since then, World Youth Skills Day events have been provided a unique opportunity for dialogue between young people, technical and vocational education and training, TVET institutions, firms, employers, and workers' organizations, policymakers, and development partners. Participants have highlighted the ever increasing significance of skills as world is embarking on a transition towards a sustainable model of development. The world is facing an urgent skills crisis. Only around 1 in 4 of the world young people are on track to learn the skills they need for employment and decent livelihoods. Too often, this pushes them into a life of further disadvantage, perpetuating cycles of poverty and disadvantage. We have the power to rewrite the narrative and shape of a future full of possibilities for all young people. Entrepreneur, entrepreneurial learning for TVET institutions helps TVET institutions to focus on what really drives entrepreneurial learning by providing tools to access and assess the needs of the target group and the framework to explore the added value of an entrepreneurial learning ecosystem. So, what role do technical and vocational education and training play when we are talking about, TVET institutions, that is, technical and vocational education and training institutions? Education and training are central to the achievement of 2030 agenda. The vision of the Incheon Declaration, Education 2030, is fully captured by Sustainable Development Goal 4. Ensure inclusive and equitable quality education and promote lifelong learning opportunities for all. Education 2030 devotes considerable attention to technical and vocational skills development, especially regarding access to affordable quality technical and vocational education and training, TVET, the acquisition of technical vocational skills for employment, decent work and entrepreneurship, the elimination of gender disparity, ensuring access for the vulnerable. In the context, TVET is expected to address the multiple demands for economic, social, and environmental nature by helping youth and adults develop the skills they need for employment, decent work, and entrepreneurship, promoting equitable, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, and supporting transitions to green economies and environmental sustainability. TVET can equip youth with skills required to access the world of work, including skills for self-employment. TVET can also improve responsiveness to changing skill demands by companies and communities, increase productivity, and increase wage levels. TVET can reduce stress barriers to the world of work, for example, through work-based learning and ensuring that skills gained are recognized and certified. TVET can also offer skill development opportunities for low-skilled people who are under or unemployed, out of school youth, and individuals not in education, employment, and trade, in short, known as needs. We have few success stories like Strawberries for Change, Young Farmers Challenge in rural Gambia. In Gambia, strawberry productions is rare. 24-year-old Alad Gifal received 3 months of training in vegetable production. He and his brother now run a successful business growing high value vegetables and fruits, including strawberries. So many such case studies have shown the importance of TBET education across the world. More young people are staying in school instead of entering the labor market at an early age. That's good news. Yet, more than 200 million young people are either unemployed or have a job but live in poverty. There are various global issues, especially related to youth, as youth are increasingly demanding more just, equitable, and progressive opportunities and solutions in their societies. The need to address the multifaceted challenges faced by young people, such as access to education, health, employment, and gender equality, have become more pressing than ever. Just watch one story.
Some people, they have the mindset that strawberry cannot grow in the Gambia. Before we grow this strawberry, we were doing this trial and research to see how best we can able to get this strawberry. The best thing motivated some people, they have the mindset that strawberry cannot grow in the Gambia. Before we grow this strawberry, we were doing this trial and research to see how best we can able to get this strawberry. The best thing motivated us is we wanted to suppress importing strawberry from other countries to Gambia. We can grow in the Gambia here. Here currently, only 2 people are working, me and my brother. So we have bell pepper and guana. And then also this area, we have papaya. The idea, we got it from my training after the graduation. That's the time we decided let we establish our own project here so that we can supply the nation fresh and healthy vegetables. We all understand that agriculture is key in terms of life. Without agriculture, we will not able to survive.
I believe one of the best ways we can empower youth and women is through skills development, building their capacity. With that, they will be able to take the lead and the charge of their future. With skills, you have something with you that you can use to be able to have economic gain. With the education, it makes you aware of the opportunities that are available around you, and then for you to make best use of those opportunities.
I get everything that I wanted to get. It was very, very fruitful. The most useful is about the agronomics, how to manage your crop and how to control it, and then when to plant, how to plant, and then where to plant. You know, those are the key. If you are making a site selection, you must select an area of land that is free from pests and disease so that they will not able to destroy your plants. Your effort, I think, is your main weapon. You should not waste it. I grow all my strawberry here. If it started flowering and bearing fruits, it needs a lot of water. One day we normally water twice. We supply details and also a restaurant. Many people like it. The reason why they like it because it's very palatable. The strawberry is 100% organic, and also it doesn't have a lot of heat. Direct sunlight. Climate change is affecting a lot of farmers in the Gambia, especially when it started having high temperature. If the sun is very, very, very hot, it will affect the fruit, especially the strawberry. You will just see this fruit start scrambling. You will not able to test that fruit. In future, we will like to expand this vegetable production, and next year you will gonna see a very surprising and also very nice gardening at my site, because we are planning a lot of things. Now we wanted to implement. It's not easy. It's not easy to start a business. You must face some challenges, but we are on it. We are trying our best to see how can we can able to expand the production so that we can control the market and then also venture into international markets.
So, what stands between youth and decent jobs? More young people are staying in school instead of entering the labor market at an early age. That's good news. Yet, more than 200 million young people are either unemployed or have a job but live in poverty. Now, let's see and learn more about global employment trends for young people and what stands between them and a decent job. School enrollment is on an upswing with more young people. In school, fewer youth are working or looking for a job. This means that youth labor pool is shrinking. While the youth population grew by 139 millions between 1997 and 2017, the youth labor force shrank by 58.7 million. And where are the jobs? And where aren't? Despite a mild recovery in recent years, youth unemployment has risen slightly in 2017 to 13%. However, regional trends vary widely depending on the income levels and enrollment in education. The share of youth active in the labor market falls sharply. In Eastern Asia, it is minus 23.4. And when compared to adults, minus 6.2. In Southern Asia, the youth percentage is minus 11.5. When compared to adults, minus 2.9. So when we take the entire world statistics, it is the youth labor market is 11 - 11.2 when compared to adult market minus 1.8. In Northern America, the youth share is minus 10.1 and adult share minus 2.6. In Southeastern Asia and Asia Pacific and the Pacific, youth percentage is minus 7.6 and adult share is minus 0.3%. In Eastern Europe, youth share is minus 7.2 and adult share is 0. In Northern Africa, youth share is minus 5.7 and adult share is 0.7. In Arab states, youth share is minus 4.7, adult share is 3.3 plus. In Latin America and Caribbean, youth share is minus 4.7, adult share is 2.6. In Sub-Saharan Africa, the youth share is minus 3.9, adult share is 2.2. In Northern, Southern, and Western Europe, the youth share is minus 3.3, adult share is 2. In Central and Western Asia, the youth share is minus 1.8 and adult share is minus 0.2. So these are the changes in labor force participation rate of youth who are 15 to 24 years and adults who are 25 plus years from 1997 to 2017 as per the International Labour Organization calculations based on ILO model estimates July 2017. Let's watch a short video. Despite mild recovery in recent years, youth unemployment has risen slightly in 2017 to 13%. However, regional trends vary widely depending on the income levels and enrollment in education. If we see the share of youth at work varies widely across regions, a high share of youth at work is primarily explained by poverty pushing young people out of school and into work. And moderate share of youth at work reflects a complex mix of determinants. And a low share of youth at work is common in regions where few young women gain access to jobs. It is harder for young women to get a job in some regions. When we look at region-wise unemployment ratios by sex and regions, as per 2017 statistics, ILO calculations based on ILO modified ILO modeled estimates in July 2017, Arab states, men is 21.4%, women 41%, Northern Africa, men 26%, women 38.7%, Latin America and the Caribbean, men 16%, women 22.3%, Northern and Southern Western Europe, men 18.4%, women 16.6%, Eastern Europe, men 16.3%, women 15.8%. And compared to the entire world, men 12.4% and women 13.8%. Central Asia, men 12%, women 13%. Southeastern Asia and the Pacific, men 10.9%, women 11.4%. Northern America, men 10.7% and women 8.8%. And far too many young people are neither in education nor employment. Regardless of the increasing school enrollment, millions of young people find themselves with neither a job nor an educational opportunity. Globally, 1 in 5 young people are needs, that is, not in employment, education, or training. 3 out of 4 of young needs are women. So when we look at the need statistics, the number of young people who are not in employment, education, or training, in short known as NEET, varies widely according to both location and sex. In Eastern Asia, women 2.3%, men 1.4%. Northern, Southern, and Western Europe, women 6.1%, men 6.2%. Eastern Europe, 8.5% women, 7.1% men. Northern America, 9.1% women, 7.2% men. Sub-Saharan Africa, 9.5% women, 6.6% men. Southeastern Asia and the Pacific, 11.1% women, 6.9% men. Arab states, 13.1% women, 5.1% men. In Latin America and the Caribbean islands, 11.3% women, 6.1% men. Central and Western Asia, 15.8% women and 7.6% men. In the entire world, 16.8% women and 5.0% men. Northern Africa, 7.6% women, 8.5% men. Southern Asia, 25.6% women, 3.3% men. So this is the share of young needs as a percentage of total youth population as per Global Employment Trends for Youth 2017, International Labour Organization. So making the move from school to work globally, most youth still wait an average of 13.8 months to find a stable or satisfactory job. This reflects the difficult transition from education into work. So young men and those better educated are the first to get stable jobs. When we look at the length of the time to complete the labor market transition, as per Global Employment Trends for Youth 2017, as per ILO, International Labour Organization, when we look at the sex and when we compare the number of months taken, in total, for male, it is 13.7 months, and for female, 14.4 months. Total average is 13.8 months. For education, if we look at the education level, primary education, female 22.2%, secondary education 14.3%, and tertiary is 8.5%. When we consider income levels, low level 10.4%, lower middle 14.5%, upper middle income 16.3%. When we look at the residents, rural 15.4% and urban 14.3%. Being poor despite having a job, almost 2 out of 5 young workers in emerging and developing economies live on less than US dollars 3.10 a day. However, globally there are 3 out of 4 young workers are employed in informal economy. This is not decent work. So working poverty hits youth harder. Working poverty refers to the share of the employed population with per capita income below US dollars 3.10. When we look at this distribution of working poor in 2017, as per the ILO calculations based on ILO modeled estimates, November 2017, Eastern Europe youth is 0.2% and adults 0.1%. Latin America and the Caribbean youth 9.6% and adults 8.6%. Eastern Asia youth 12.6%, adult 9.5%. Central and Western Asia youth 15.2% and adult 5.1%. Southeastern Asia and the Pacific, youth 24.2%, adult 18.7%, Northern Africa 26.3% youth and 24.9% adults, Arab states, 32.8 youth, 18.8% adults. Southern Asia, 50.1% youth and 41.4% adult. Sub-Saharan Africa, 66.4% youth, 59.2% adults. This is the percentage of employed population. Informal employment is a norm in some countries. Let's watch a short video. So investing in youth employment requires a collaborative approach to prioritizing job creation while helping youth to overcome their specific disadvantages through skills and labor market policies. Interventions must promote job growth and skills development, make self-employment easier, and ensure better working conditions, social protection, and rights at work. Incorporating the most recent employment trends for young men and women. Global employment trends for youth sets out the youth labor market solution situation around the world. It shows where progress has or has not been made. Updates world and regional youth labor market indicators and gives detailed analysis of the medium-term trends in youth population, labor force, employment, unemployment, working poverty, and informality. The 2017 edition discusses the implication of technological change for youth labor prospectors, both quantity and quality, focusing on trends in sectoral employment or the forms of work available to young people. Decent Jobs for Youths is an initiative the global initiative to scale up action and impact on youth employment in support of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. This platform is a hub for catalyzing partnerships, collaborations, and coordinated action grounded in evidence based strategies with a vision, a world in which young men and women everywhere have greater access to decent jobs. Decent Jobs for Youth focuses on interventions that are locally owned, aligned with national development priorities, and based on rigorous evidence of what works in different contexts. Our work is clustered around 8 thematic priorities and present immediate and long term opportunities to tackle the global youth employment challenge. Transitions to a formal economy, digital skills for youth, quality apprenticeships, youth in fragile situations, youth in rural economy, youth entrepreneurship and self employment, youth young workers in hazardous occupations, green jobs for youth. So they are impact driven alliance seeking to improve quality and quality of jobs for young people. They enable real progress by promoting human rights, fostering gender equality, and strengthening public private cooperation and coherence. Their approach is coordinated and comprehensive, and they actively engage young people to better understand their diverse needs. They support innovative and evidence based action and promote investments that create both immediate benefits and sustainable positive impact for youth everywhere. So they are impact driven alliance seeking to improve quality of jobs for young people. They are enablers, real progress by promoting human rights, fostering gender equality, and strengthening public private cooperation and coherence. Their approach is coordinated and comprehensive, and we actively engage people, young people, to better understand their diverse needs. They support innovative and evidence based action and promote investments that create both immediate benefits and sustainable positive impact for young people every day. Nearly 68 million young men and women are looking for a job globally. Globally, more than 123 million young people are working, yet living in poverty. Globally, around one-fifth of the young people are not in employment, education, or training, in short, known as NEET. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Asia and the Pacific, low household incomes and limited access to education drive young people into informal work at early ages. The gender gap has widened. In Eastern Asia and Southeastern Asia and the Pacific, young people are currently unemployed, are around 35 million. 55 million young people are working but living in poverty of work. 31% of young people in Southern Asia are not in employment, education, or training. This figure is 18% in Southeastern Asia and the Pacific. The youth employment challenge is enormous, but it is not insurmountable. A vision of world where young men and women everywhere can earn a fair income while working in conditions of society, dignity, and equality. Getting young people into decent jobs is not just essential for the future, but for the youth are also essential to realizing the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Investing in youth employment requires a collaborative approach to prioritize job creation while helping you to overcome specific. Investing in youth employment requires a collaborative approach to prioritizing job creation while helping you to overcome specific advantages such as skills mismatch and discrimination.
Since the onset of the 2008 global financial crisis, we are seeing a
In the meanwhile, all the presenters waiting for their presentations are requested to share details as per the given format in chat box so that we can invite you at appropriate time for presentations.
Since the onset of the 2008 global financial crisis, we are seeing a very stubborn reality of very tight situation in the labor markets for young people. Let me highlight a few aspects of this global youth employment crisis. First, unemployment. Today we have some 70 1 million young women and men unemployed. This is 35% of total unemployment. The second aspect in this global youth employment crisis is the issue of quality of jobs. 3/4 of those who are working young people have a job in the informal economy, and today we have some 160 million young people who are working but living in poverty. The third aspect of this situation is the length of time that it takes for a young person coming out of school to transit to a stable job. And we are seeing that this period is becoming longer and more uncertain. This global youth employment crisis has translated into a global priority being laid on youth employment. However, all these efforts remain small scale, fragmented, do not necessarily connect, and all of them do not come up with the level of scale and impact that we need. The 2030 SDG has created really a new momentum. Youth employment is pertinent to all the 17 goals of the SDG agenda. However, one particular goal, goal number 8, which is on promoting sustainable and inclusive growth, full and productive employment and decent work for all, is particularly relevant for youth employment. I would like to highlight in particular 2 indicators and targets: the number of young people who are neither in employment nor in education and training, which is called NEET. 22% of young people currently across the globe are in this category of NEET. The second indicator that I would like to highlight is the existing of an operational strategy for addressing youth employment. This is to measure the efforts that are going to be made by governments and other partners in order to tackle the youth unemployment.
So why is entrepreneurial learning important? The world of work is undergoing major transformations caused by technological changes, shifts in global economy, new business models, demographics, and other factors, all of which are likely to intensify in the future. A growing number of workers have non standard work arrangements, including part time work, temporary contracts, and self employment. At the same time, extreme poverty, rising inequality, and environmental degradation continue to challenge the way we live and prosper. The COVID 19 pandemic is a powerful illustration of how such change can affect living, working, and learning conditions, as well as being young people need to learn entrepreneurial skills to prepare themselves for these kinds of transformation. Entrepreneurial skills and competencies can be applied to all spheres of life, from nurturing personal development to actively participating in society to re entering the job market and to starting. Entrepreneurial skills and competencies can be applied to all spheres of life, from nurturing personal development to actively participating in society, to re entering the job market and to starting up ventures, cultural, social, or commercial. Organizations like UNESCO, the European Commission, the OECD, and the ILO recognizes the importance of enabling entrepreneurship as a way to drive growth, innovation, and job creation. Preparing people to be able to flourish in sustainable enterprises is therefore a priority for whole education system and especially TVET, which has a remit to equip people to enter the workforce. The rationale for pursuing entrepreneurial learning and developing an entrepreneurial mindset is categorized into three clusters: Cluster 1, Cluster 2, and Cluster 3. As mentioned above, there are, earlier, three clusters which are used to categorize reasons for pursuing entrepreneurial learning and developing an entrepreneurial mindset, RAG. Helping people develop talents will give them openings in the creative economy, in personal development, economic development, and social development. So, what are the key components of an entrepreneurial learning ecosystem? The ecosystem model for TVT identifies the elements that support and drive quality implementation of entrepreneurial learning. At the macro level, policy actors impact the ability to create a clear progression of entrepreneurial competency development from primary through to TVET and other tertiary education. Institutional actors such as educational leaders, teachers, and trainers can influence the governance and implementation of policy and curriculum frameworks. At the macro level, each institution and its teachers must design an effective and specific entrepreneurial learning experience. So, implementation of entrepreneurial learning consists of several steps. Self-assessment, at which stage is entrepreneurial learning, is your TBET institution. The progress model displayed between shows that implementation of entrepreneurial learning consists of several steps. Institution can take an incremental approach to developing an entrepreneurial culture. The table shows how to progress from small beginnings to an integrated entrepreneurial learning ecosystem. In the development of entrepreneurial learning, consider at what stage, from rudimentary beginning to a fully integrated system, your institution is situated, what is missing, in which areas you are strong. So ELIC is a conceptual tool for the strengthening entrepreneurial learning at the institutional level. It was developed during a UNESCO UNIVOC workshop with a team of entrepreneurial learning experts from Austria, China, India, Italy, Nigeria, Portuguese, Spain, South Africa, and Tunisia, as well as the European Training Foundation. To strengthen entrepreneurial learning at a TBET institution, it is important to clarify the starting point. In many countries or regions, strategies or action plans for entrepreneurship education already exist. These provide an important impulse for strengthening entrepreneurial learning, so it is important to know how your canvas ties in with any strategy your country might have, as these So concept development from starting point to actual project implementation, clarifying the starting point, entrepreneurial learning institution canvas, in short known as ELIC, project at the TBET institution and further implementation. The ELIC consists of 12 elements or steps at the beginning. You have to clarify the objectives you want to achieve, the value you want to create for the school and target group through entrepreneurial learning. Typically, the elements are worked through sequentially from 1 to 2, starting with value preparation. So, suggested sequencing for the 12 ELIC steps to achieve entrepreneurial learning: key stakeholders, curriculum approach, value preparation, monitoring metrics, target group, key resources, key activities, entrepreneurial competencies, assessment, channels, OT, and organizational structures. The value proposition, determining the value that entrepreneur learning produces for learners and the TVT institution. So it is important to decide to which people and organizations your institution wants to offer an entrepreneurship program. There are your target groups. The answer will help you to decide what type of entrepreneurial learning they need. It should be noted that while entrepreneurial learning may be offered to all, certain groups, particularly among women and girls, refugees, people with disability, or disengaged learners. So, with this, we shall end this Youth Skills Day commemorations. And if anyone have registered for presentations and are interested to make presentations, can share the details as mentioned on the screen. So now we'll move on to presentations. The first presentation is by Pradeep, role of animal welfare clubs in schools and colleges. So we welcome you, Pradeep, for your presentation.
A very good evening, Ravindra sir, and also all the participants. So, due to some technical problems, I not able to present the PPT part, but it's sir, it's okay. Can I present it orally?
Yeah, ma, please go ahead.
So, a very good evening, one and all. Thanks a lot for being part of this amazing international conference, which has been organized by Ravindra sir. I see that a lot of people from diversified uh, professions being came over here, and we are learning, and we are enhancing our knowledge, and we are contributing for a common cause. So I am grateful to each and everyone. So let me introduce myself. My name is Pradeep Era, and I work as an animal welfare for the past 8 years in various organizations, and also held into various positions ranging from rescues, awareness, and advocacy. So today I'm going to talk about role of animal welfare clubs in schools and colleges. Before that, any of the participants, if you are an academic professional, uh, may I request you to please uh, type in the chat box, or else you can switch on your cameras so that we can have a small open discussion for that. If it's totally comfortable, because we are seeing each other virtually only, so I would appreciate if any of them can switch on the camera so that I can feel happy, because we can see each other, because physically it may not be possible to connect. Maybe virtually, at least we can exchange our views, and also we can see each other. It could be helpful if it's permits, not a compulsion. Okay, fine. So coming to the topic, role of animal welfare in schools and colleges. Why it is the need for an animal welfare club to be a part of an academic institution? The first and foremost thing is animal welfare as itself is not a distinctive subject, or it's not related to one particular section of the society. It's always related to it is interconnected with our human health and also environment. So it is very essential to teach the children about caring for animals, and also at the same time caring for environment. But unfortunately, none of them. Maybe in environment we have a small portion of that as a subject, but in coming to its implementation part, there is no academic institution which provides an information about how to be with animals, and how to why isn't this need to conserve animals, why do we need to help animals, what is the need to like promoting an animal welfare. So these certain things where an academic perspective, and also no academic institution has been taught right from the school age to till the graduation or even post graduation level. We never have thought of it, because it never been thought of as school, because we always thought we are morely into technology, innovation, and some subject oriented things, but we not thought about this morality, like why we have to be, what is the need to be an animal welfare club or anything, why an multidisciplinary approach needs to be essential. The first and foremost thing is animal welfare refers to the welfare of the animals. At the same time, it is also it also interconnects with the human health and also the environment. And animals are like sentient beings like us, which can feel pain and pleasure. And although they are voiceless, but they can express our emotions far more better than a human being. So, the need for establishing an animal welfare club is to foster and also inculcate empathy and compassion towards our younger generations. Because today now we are seeing a lot of news channels and all, because lack of empathy, lack of compassion, which are resulting violence towards the society, not only for human beings but also the animals also. They suffer a lot of uh, from cruelty, and also from most of the people. They even there was once an incident when I went to educate a community. They see the small boy holding a stone in his hand, started to pelt the animals. And I asked him, why are you hitting the stones? Why are you pelting the stones on an animal? He said that my father has told me to hit a dog. My father has told me to hit an animal because they are danger to us. So imagine the conditioning the parent has inculcated in children. The level of they have started to in order to promote compassion, in order to treat the animals with dignity. Uh, Imagine the kid says around 5 years. Imagine how much the conditioning the parents has given to the children. And unfortunately, in an academic perspective, also there is no one to teach about morality. Everyone focus on subjective principles, and they don't focus on the societal or the morality principles or kindness, compassion, and empathy. Why it is essential? If you imagine if the same mindset the child has grown up, he will have definitely he will hit his students also. Like he will also hit your friends. You will quarrel with them, and he will that it's something like it's the younger the children nurtured with care and compassion, they can be good citizens for the future, because by birth the children has a unflare of curiosity towards nature, environment, and animals. They are very much interested. They hear about birds chirping, and also anything like a cat or a dog. They come, they felt very happy and they felt joyful. But later on, the conditioning, the environment, the change, the perspectives, and the young minds have been turning into be what something called as violence towards the violence. So, in order to prevent that, there is a need in an economic institution, whether it's maybe a school or a college, the need for establishing an animal welfare club where it inculcates compassion and also develops moral responsibility towards taking care of the animals. So, what actually are the needs to start an animal welfare club in your school, like in your academic institution? The first and foremost thing is we need to have about 6 to 7 members. It may be students who are young, dynamic, or like who are maybe who are interested, who are to be supported for the cause. You can have 6 to 7 students, and there will be a faculty guiding member. So who will give us a suggestion, and also who will also gives the students the support to the what are the activities to be conducted, and also a torch barrier for them, and also the guiding and motivating force for the club. And at the same time, you also need an bank account in order to maintain and also to run an transactions, because running an animal welfare club, which also needs conducting lot of activities, so which obviously which also needs an to maintain it and a regular transactions. So it is essential. Most of the academic institutions, they do have a bank, so you can open a bank account in the name of that club. And for second foremost thing is to have a document, like a bylaws document, where it starts with a mission and vision, like why actually the animal welfare club is initiated, what is the purpose of this club, and also what are the activities to be proposed, and in what way this club is promoting compassion and empathy towards the students, either in terms of behavioral aspects, or else in terms of knowledgeable aspects, or else in terms of promoting promoting and conserving the biodiversity. So these are all the aspects to be taken into the consideration when you are designing a bylaws document. So once the club is normally, you don't need any specific permissions, because many of the student bodies mostly they will themselves approach to the principal and they unanimously start this club. But provided a guiding a faculty member should be there in order to supervise and also guide the students. so that they are doing in the right way, and also they are supporting the cause. And till now we have seen that the need for the like what actually are needed to establish an animal welfare club. And there are also certain challenges for everything, for every work you do. There it will be definitely a challenges to be faced, because without challenges there is no work done in a very simplistic manner. Of course, for every work they will have some challenges too. So in order to run an animal welfare club, there are certain challenges. Mostly one is that keeping the mission and vision, and also making the students to be active as a part of it, is one of the Herculean tasks, because students are like 1 year they stood and the other year they will left. So we should also make them to seek them that it's not about 1 year responsibility, it is a moral responsibility. And at the same time, like once their batch is completed, the younger batch, like the upcoming batch, they needs to get sensitized. They need to choose the leadership, like who will be leading the team and who will be carrying out the legacy. So these all details, they should be a strong motivating factor. The faculty who supervises them, are also the management who of the academic institution, whether it may be college or school. These should be taught to them during the orientation session. At the same time, they can invite in animal welfare organizations too. They can also provide sufficient knowledge to carry out these activities. In what way the club can be beneficial, I mean to say, in like carrying out the mission and vision. So such type of activities needs to be done, so that students can be kept in pace. And second foremost thing is, uh, most of the times we face is managing the funds and financials and transactions, because running any business or running any philanthropic activity, it is to be having funds, because in order to carry out the activities we definitely need funds to run any activity, whether it organizing an awareness program, or rescuing an injured animals, taking care of their treatment, or also for the staff, in order to foresee the, like hiring a staff to maybe a caretaker for the animals in the campus. So these all requires a financial transaction too. So maybe the students can come up with an innovative ideas by organizing a lemonade show, and also conducting, because they have an unique talent. Maybe they can organize a selling t-shirts, or fundraising activity, a charity activity. So they can do this, so that these can overcome this fundraising problem, and at the same time they can carry out these activities. Now we have seen the challenges, and now we have also seen the need for necessity of the animal welfare club. And you can see that what are the activities, proposed activities normally an animal welfare club will be. So the proposed activities will be varying from diversified things depending upon the academic institution, the students, and also the faculty, the advisory of the club, who will be carrying out it. But mostly the important will be like the taking care of the community animals on the campus by providing necessary food and care, and also distributing water bottles during the summer time, because a lot of the times during summers we feel hydrated, we feel thirst. The similar way the animals also do feel thirst. So in order to quench their thirst in the campus, so they organize these activities like keeping water bowls, so that these animals can keep hydrated. At the same time, they will prevent from heat stroke, because most of the time, because alarming rise of temperatures, which will affect these animals immunity levels, and thereby they may get heat stroke, and undoubtedly resulting in the death of the animals. So in order to avoid that, most of the students, they distribute water bowls, they kept stalls in their universities. So they are also, this will empower their leadership skills. At the same time, will more and more public awareness campaigns will be happen. So more and more public will also get participated, and this will also develop compassion towards animals, and the students can also feel motivated to conduct more and more activities. And the one other most thing is adoptions. We see a lot of homeless animals on the street. Most of the time, they suffer from very chronic illness, and because of lack of care, food, and vaccinations. So, especially young puppies. So, most of the time, we see that in India, a lot of people buy dogs. So, in the campus, maybe you, if these clubs have been formed, they can organize an adoption drive events, pet adoption drive events, adopting an indie homeless puppy. So nowadays, a lot of celebrities and also many of the people, they started this campaign, adopt, don't shop. So similar kind of activities have been carrying out in many the academic institutions, and especially the animal welfare clubs. So where they organize the pet adoption drives, where they give the puppy vaccinations, immunizations necessarily, and also they provide the pet parents a valuable like information, like how to take care of the animals, how to take like how to, what are the necessary things to be taken. So these all are things where the uh, students will explain to the public. So these are, and at the same time, most of the time campuses, they also conduct sterilization programs to reduce the stray dog population, especially because more animals, like into, I mean to say, when we dogs are not sterilized, so there may be high chances of getting their like getting infections, and so getting infected with very zoonotic disease, example rabies, which is highly prevalent in Asian countries, especially in India. Mostly every year about 59,000 deaths occur. So which is one of the main problem. So most of the clubs and animal welfare clubs, they treat it as a very important activity. So they sterilize the dogs, they do the dog census, how many dogs are in the campus, the like-minded people, they pair up with like-minded people, they can also invite the public to conduct the census. So this is a fun-filling activity actually. And it is also helpful for their health also, because they will go for a walk to conduct a census. So at the same time, they are doing a physical activity, and they are also contributing for the well-being of the animals too. So they could do the census part, and they can collect, and they will the support of the local animal welfare organization. In the absence of local animal welfare organization, we take the help of municipal corporation. So they do the sterilization. So they maintain the optimum health care. And they invite other organizations, animal welfare organizations, are some people from diversified arena who are into conservation, are also wildlife, and also they will invite the eminent professors to organize talks where they can learn about animal welfare policies and also conservation, the need for conservation, because nowadays the biodiversity and also the many of the species extinction has been taking place. So in order to educate themselves, to get the knowledge and be the future animal welfare advocates, so the animal welfare clubs do that. And what are the benefits of having animal welfare clubs for the students? The first and foremost thing is, by having the animal welfare club and making students to be the part of it, they will develop compassion and empathy towards animals. And secondly, they will also develop leadership skills, which is very much essential for any organization, or if they go for any job and all. So which is very much essential. They will know how to lead a team. They will know how to work in a team setting environment. And at the same time, these skills can be learned. Maybe these skills can be also learned by other clubs also. But here, students will get to know about empathetic nature, how to be kind towards animals, and at the same time, working in a team with a learning other person and how to be respectful, how to be mindful. So these things can be taught having an animal welfare club. At the same time, they also promote animal welfare well-being by organizing campaigns, fundraising, so which is an additional thing. At the same time, students can also relieve from mental stress because we are seeing a lot of cases, especially in academic arena or someone because of ranks and everything, students are committing suicides. So this, by spending some time with animals, so their stress can be relieved, and it is also scientifically proved. Many of the times we have cow therapy, and we have many of this. Hugging a cow will release oxytocins, and also some happy hormones, so which is very much essential in reducing the stress. So undoubtedly, having an animal welfare club will also definitely promotes harmony and also peace and also compassion. It also develops moral values and respect towards one individual. Not only they respect fellow students, and also they also being be with animals. They can also learn about their behavior. Actually, maybe they can be a future animal behaviorist or wildlife conservationist, or maybe they can enter into the animal welfare space by entering into the animal welfare, developing the animal welfare policies too. So I recommend everyone, if you are a professor or if you are a student, to start an animal welfare club or environmental club to carry forward these activities, because these are not developed, these are not taught in any schools or colleges. Even UGC haven't taught it. So by developing these skills, we are not only helping animals, we ourselves are becoming more little bit compassionate, empathetic, and thereby helping the society and human health, and that is means protecting our own health and protecting our environment, and thereby creating a healthy, free, and also uh, crime free society. So with that, I am ending my presentation. Thank you, Ravender sir, for once again for providing such a wonderful platform. It is a great platform to exchange information, and also in an animal welfare perspectives. So any of them, like you want to establish an animal welfare club in your academic institution, if you need any guidance, you can contact Ravender sir or myself. We will be more than happy to help you in setting up that. So thank you, sir. Thank you, Ravindra sir. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you, Pradeep, for extensively, providing information about animal welfare clubs. It is indeed an imperative, and also it has to be a mandate when promoting health and well-being. We have such clubs which will promote and foster health and well-being, not only among students, but research scholars, staff, teaching, non-teaching staff, and not only them, even the visitors who will be visiting the higher educational institutions, along with schools and colleges also. That will also foster empathy, compassion towards not just animals, but also towards the fellow human beings. It's a very, very good presentation. Participants, if you have any observations, any queries, or any feedback, you can share in chat box or unmute yourself or raise your hand if you have any difficulty unmuting yourself, and you can get your queries clarified. Or if you are interested in setting up an animal welfare club, or even environment club or biodiversity club, or any related or relevant clubs, you can always approach us. We'll be happy to help you at an organizational level or at an individual level, at any level. And now, at this point of time, if you have any queries on the presentation, or even if you have further doubts on this session on setting up a club, you can feel free to discuss. You can unmute yourself and ask. Feel free to share your thoughts if you have any. If you are unable to unmute, you can raise your hand. We can help you. We can help unmute from our end. Or you can use chat box to share your feedback. Or you can use the feedback form as well if you would like to share feedback. So thank you, Pradeep, once again for the wonderful presentation and the efforts you have put in promoting these animal welfare clubs, and we wish you all the success for your future endeavors. Congratulations once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Ravindra, sir.
So any other participants willing to present? Today is the last day, so we are concluding these sessions. So anyone who have registered but not presented can utilize this opportunity. There is a screen which is being displayed. Those who have registered as presenters, kindly share your details in the chat box in the following format so that we can invite you for the presentations. And kindly follow all the formalities as mentioned so that you can be eligible for the e-certificates. We see a lot of people are registering for presentations but not turning up. Okay, anyway, no issues. See, you can always make presentations every day because this is an everyday series of webinars, seminars, conferences that are happening as part of this series. You can present anytime, not an issue. This is with response to a message.
Sir, I would like to present, but my laptop ran into some problem. Sir, would you like to give me 2 minutes to continue?
But see, this is a problem. You are not following the instructions. See, later on, we have already mentioned, can you see the screen?
No, sir, the screen just went away.
No, it's there now. Even now, you can see can you see the screen? The instructions displayed on the screen?
Yes, sir.
It is mentioned now?
Yes.
A request?
Yes.
Did you send any message? Any request?
Yes, I just filled up the form initially before joining.
No. See, that's what the problem. Half knowledge is always dangerous, better than having no knowledge. See, on the screen, what is visible? Can you read the instructions?
Yes, sir.
Can you read it?
Yes, sir.
You read it aloud for all of us.
International conference
No,
on
not that one. Just before the website link, what is mentioned?
Registered speakers, presenters, panelists waiting for their presentations. Share presentation details to host and Dr. Ravindra in Zoom chat indicating your presence. Presentation topic or title, full name, occupation, place, duration. After sharing details, wait for your turn till host invites you as per queue order of chat messages or presentation requests, first come, first serve order.
So what you need to do?
Okay, sir. I'll just enter my details.
So that is a procedure, Generally, we need to, that's why we are displaying this slide, so that everyone goes through that and follows the instruction. This is a problem. If we don't follow, what will happen? There will be difficulty in processing the data. And later on, again, we will not get certificates. So that's why we are putting so much efforts. And even in the registration form, when you have registered, the same information is available on the website as well, in the registration forms as well. So we need to go through the information carefully. When we don't do it, then, we lose opportunities. So it's not with respect to you, but many, they just overlook it. So you can immediately share those details. And it is always, recommended that you do it before only, because we need to see the content also, what content you are presenting, whether it is appropriate or not. So the details has to be shared before prior in advance, so that, later when you make a request, we can allow you. Anyway, now you can proceed by sharing your details in the respective format, which is displayed on the screen. Immediately, we will allow you for the presentation. So whoever else have registered have to share in a similar form. Kindly follow the instructions. That is always better for you. And tomorrow, if you don't follow, you will not be getting certificate in spite of presentation also. There are for everyone. It is for everyone, including me also. We have to follow the rules and regulations, the guidelines on the platform, so that we get the benefits to the fullest extent. So are you sharing the details, ma?
Yes, sir. Just 2 minutes.
Okay. So anyone else who have registered for their presentations can quickly share your details in chat box, so that we can invite you one after the other. We see a lot of people are registering, but they are not coming forward for presentations. When instructions are clearly mentioned that you need to register, and then as per your preferred timings, you need to join well in advance and inform. See, it's your duty when you have joined. No? You have to inform the host that you are available for the presentation. And you need to wait because when you are not available at your time, you need to wait for your turn. And also, this platform is intended to encourage each other, right? And it's not that just you join and complete your presentation and leave. It should not be that kind of attitude we should be carrying. At least when you are making a presentations, make sure you are there for the entire session on that day. And you encourage other participants and presenters as well. When you are giving opportunity, we know as an academicians, practitioners, how difficult it is getting an opportunity on such a prestigious international platforms. And when we are giving opportunity, you should also utilize it in a proper way. And you also need to encourage, motivate others as well, so that everyone, feels good about each other. and kindly go through the instructions. You see, many times, even for certificates also, they don't see. It is very much clearly mentioned, all the instructions on the website. Again, we keep getting messages. We have clearly mentioned no support for certificates on calls, messages. People keep calling, messaging. Why? Because you don't read the instructions in the very first place. If you have read and you don't properly fill the details, you just mentioned, we see this commonly, with students especially. They just enter student. Now, student of what? Which course? Which year? Which college? So unless and until you fill all the details completely and submit and complete all the formalities, certificates cannot be issued. And we cannot blame anyone. And blaming anyone for any matter, especially when we are talking about youth, not only youth, adults also do this. When we are doing it, when we are not following our instruction, it is our responsibility everywhere. Not only this is not just on platform, even we are responsible for everything that happens to us. And we are responsible for everything that we are doing to others also. So it is our responsibility to ensure that we are properly communicating, we are well informed through proper efforts so that we can get the maximum benefit. If we ourselves do not spend time, in educating ourselves, then don't expect others to help you. First, you have to help yourself. If you are not able to help yourself, especially when we are talking about, in the context of youth skills, why youth is not getting jobs? Because of the attitudes they carry with themselves. And they are not willing to learn, especially the entire presentation today focused on various deficiencies in skills. Out of 4, 3 do not have adequate, appropriate skills. Right? First of all, everyone can learn any type of skill. But the only thing is, you need to have interest. You need to dedicate yourself. You need to commit yourself to the skill, learning of the skill. Then you will be able to learn. There are lots of jobs in the market. But why? There is a huge gap between the job market and there is a huge unemployed youth, unemployed adults in the market. There are huge jobs, job opportunities at one side, and there are huge unemployment youth and adults on one side. Why there is disparity between these two? Because they are not being flexible, and they are not qualified for the job, or they do not have adequate skills for the job, or they are not willing to take up because they have a very specific preferred job role that they are looking for, and they want only that job that makes them unemployed for a longer period. It may not be always possible. Whatever the best opportunity comes in, we need to leverage the benefits and we need to get employed as early as possible so that you gain experience, which is very much essential and which is very helpful for you in your future career. See, many people I see, even when I conduct interviews, when I am part of panels, people ask, there is a requirement of experience. Experience does not always mean a full-time experience. Experience also counts when you are volunteering. Even volunteering experience counts. But how many of the unemployed youth and adults are willing to volunteer? It is applicable for everyone, not specific to anyone, everyone. There are a lot of volunteering opportunities. Look around. Or you can create yourself volunteering opportunities voluntarily. You see something around, you can go ahead and offer yourself or them an opportunity. Or if you see there is a land that is idle around, lying around in your backyard, front yard, side yard, go offer yourself an opportunity to plant a sapling that will keep the environment cool, and you will get enough oxygen which is required for you, and it will consume the carbon dioxide. So in that way, it will help you to contribute to the aggravating climate change. Now, who is stopping you to do that? That little contribution, every person needs to have a plant. Every person needs to have a tree, because every second, every moment you are breathing in, breathing out, breathing in oxygen, breathing out carbon dioxide. Now, where will that oxygen will come from? Now, who is consuming, who is going to consume that carbon dioxide released back? These are the plants that are going to consume. Now, is it not our responsibility for our benefit, for our survival, to have planted a tree or a sapling? Because that is only benefiting us, right? Along with others. So like the small acts can do wonders. I guess if you read instructions properly, it will eliminate a lot of doubts, ambiguities. That's why we have removed the option of calls, support from the website itself. Because a lot of time is wasted. Not only your time, but you are wasting our time also. By not reading the instructions, which are already available. The information is already available everywhere. But you are not going, you are not putting your efforts going there and completing the formalities in time or getting the information in time. See, just if you read it, I will give you 5 minutes time for everyone. Just read the slide. You have every information that is required. You know what is the event. You have the dates. And you know everything is free, no hidden charges, and everything is transparent. You know where is the website. You need to check for information. And for certificates also, it is clearly mentioned where you can get your certificates. And it is also mentioned about presentations, where and how to go about presentations. And there are also presentation guidelines, how to make a presentation and what is the format. That is also link is available. And we also have mentioned few themes and topics in brief. You can expand, you can go into various topics also. And you have the registration form, which is mandatory. The link is also available. And you have joining link, which is same for all events on all days on this platform. The link is same. You can join every day. We have sessions going on. And for e-certificate support, if you have any queries, any doubts, there is a link where you can go get it clarified. And there is also the entire formalities are put in a very simple format. If you read the last line, you'll know what you have to do for participants and presenters. You have to register in Google form once for the entire event, and then you need to fill the Zoom polls, the registration form and feedback form every day. I mean, whichever day you want certificate, you have to fill it and then participate. Only when you are able to participate, you'll be able to fill the forms, because Google form is accessible outside Zoom platform, but the Zoom forms are available only within the Zoom platform. Once the meeting ends, you'll not be able to access the platform, right? Or the forms which have been raised on the platform. So that provides an account or reference for your attendance. And sometimes it happens that you don't register, or you register yourself with invalid data. This also provides an opportunity to correct it. And that's why, the form contains the basic required details. And then you need to, once you register, you also need to provide feedback. What did you learn from it? What did you, how was the session? How was the presentation? It helps not only you, but also the presenters and also the organizers. So what is that you are expecting from these sessions, from this platform? And after that, again, you will have a Google form, which is again outside the platform. It is available on the website, and we'll be sharing even in the chat box after, last session. That will be on the last day after the last session. So some are single day events, some are multiple day events. Accordingly, it will be shared. And then finally, you have to wait for 3 to 5 working days. Sometimes it may be much more, but maximum time is 15 working days, provided you have completed all the formalities in time. And you can download your participation certificates from the website. Now, which website? You have already seen. They have come from there. The conference website and certificate link is there. Again, you should not have a query from where I need to download. If you have read this, that's why we are keeping, nowadays we have set a policy to keep the screen for the entire period. Otherwise also, you need not contact us for all these details. The website is there. At any time you go to the website, it is there. Even all these sessions are recorded live, broadcasted live, streamed live on YouTube. At any point of time, you can go to our YouTube channel, and there you can find this video, and you can even read there also. See, so many opportunities are there to get information, but how many are investing their time? Instead of reading the instructions, instead of going through website, again, wasting your time and resources and wasting others' time and resources. It is abuse of time. It is misuse of time and resources, not only yours, but also others. We need to respect time everyone has the same 24 hours. But in spite of that, we have chosen our time, valuable time and resources, to gain more knowledge. Someone might be thinking, why attending this, instead go for a movie or watch some soap serial or do some activity. Because their preference is something else. Our preference is something else. Someone else might be planning something else. But whatever we are doing, we have to do it properly. And we should do our duty properly, completely. Blaming others will not solve anything. It will only aggravate the problem. Anywhere, not only here, even in your personal life, if you start blaming, you have to blame each and everyone, every moment. So blaming others or pointing others will not solve any problem. That will only create more problems. It is our responsibility. No one will do anything for you. Of course, we are doing, that's a different thing. We are giving opportunities. We are providing everything for free. That should not be taken for granted. When you take it for granted, you are only the one who is going to suffer. Now, who is going to be blamed? The one who is taking everything for granted. Instead of that, invest resources, go in a disciplined way, structured way, and you will get all the details. And you will be well informed of what to do, what not to do, where to check, how to check. Without that, blaming anyone else will not solve the problem. So now, if you need something, it is your responsibility to approach properly and get things done. So on this Youth Skills Day, I reiterate, learn properly. If required, relearn, unlearn, and learn as many times as required. Even we keep daily learning, unlearning, relearning. Because over a period of time, we keep learning things which we should not learn, or we don't get opportunities to learn it correctly or whatever way. So we need to relearn also or unlearn also. If we don't do that, then we will have to face problems. So if you are not learning properly, relearn. Accept that. First thing is acceptance. Unless and until you don't accept it, you will always stay in denial mode. And that will not allow you to go forward. That will not allow you to look beyond, forward. So accept it, whatever it is. Then you will see, then you will focus on, okay, whatever happened is happened. Now, what's next? Then you will think on it and focus on it. See, why we are asking you to share your PPTs in advance? After you put all your efforts and, if that is found inappropriate, if that content is inappropriate, then the entire efforts you put will go in vain. Now, when we are offering that guidance, expertise, and we are willing to offer our help by reviewing it, it is a very good opportunity for everyone, So that will avoid committing of mistakes, and that will also provide an opportunity to change or modify accordingly. You have to utilize such opportunities in advance so that any errors and mistakes that are committed are minimized. You have to take everything positively. Unless and until it happens to us, we will not understand or realize that is the way the present day society is. It is very easy to give suggestions, but how many you can implement? Preaching is very easy, but practicing is very difficult. That is what lacking in the present day youth and also adults. We keep telling so many things, but coming to practice, we can see how much of them we are practicing. I have seen many people on this platform only live about in real life. On this platform only, they do wonderful presentations. They preach everything, and at the end of the day, they don't follow instructions by themselves. Now, how do we take that? They are preaching everything in the session, and again, they themselves don't follow the instructions. They say you have to follow, you have to be disciplined, you have to express your gratitude. The entire session is on gratitude, and they do not, express gratitude at all. Now, how do we understand? A session I'm sharing, you can go to YouTube and see. A session has been done on gratitude, and they even did not express gratitude for getting the opportunity. Now, see, this is what a contradiction between what you preach and what you practice. You say something, but you don't practice it. Just for the sake of saying, you say 1,000 things, but you don't even practice one or two things. Now, this is what lacking of integrity. So this should not be there on this Youth Skills Day. It is not just for youth, for everyone, including me and everyone who is attending live and also who is going to watch these videos later on. For everyone, let's be conscious of what we are doing. If you are doing it, do it properly. Take time. Instead of wasting time later on, take time, invest your time, go through the instructions, follow the instructions clearly. If you don't understand, take help of others. Ask them to read it for you. Ask them to read it and understand, and then explain to you. And ensure there is nothing wrong in being confident, but don't be overconfident. Often, this overconfidence will put us into a lot of troubles. Many times we have seen people just fill negligently the forms and later on think that I have completed. And finally, because we also have the same limited 24 hours with us, and we also need to attend so many things. And additionally, we are volunteering on this platform. So pre-session and post-session, along with the session, we need to invest our time, resources, along with all other things like you also do. Right? So we also have limited resources. So we also need to manage time. So whatever queries you have, you can always come back to us. Every day sessions are happening. After session gets concluded, you can have your queries. That's why, to save our time and resources so that we can be more productive, we also need to learn how resources, time and resources are getting abused. Instead of, that's why this option has been removed, this call support, messages support, because everything is there and now on the website everywhere, and people keep asking, now where is the website address? That also we should tell you. After attending, after presenting, you don't know where is the website. We have to be responsible. We have to behave ourselves, conduct ourselves in a responsible manner, in an accountable manner. It is for everyone, including me. So let's all relearn, learn, unlearn. Take this opportunity. It's not criticizing or blaming anyone. It's a retrospection. Think about ourselves, how we are learning, what we are learning, how well we are learning, and accordingly adapt ourselves to the information. So then I think we got the information. So we can invite the speaker. We'll take a minute break and then we'll resume with the sessions. Yeah, we will resume with the sessions. Now we have Anandita Banerjee with the title Ecosystem and its Services in an Evolving Tidal Flat. Anandita, you are there. The next presenter would be by Meenakshi. So, Anandita Banerjee, are you ready with your presentation? We'll be providing you co-host permissions. Do not close or open any forms. You are only allowed to unmute yourself, start your video and presentation. So, Anandita, you now can unmute yourself, start your video and presentation. First, unmute yourself, start your video, then share your presentation.
Sir, can I share my screen?
Yes, ma, go ahead. That's what I have told you. First, you start your video. Go in an order so that you can check yourself whether your audio is working properly, whether your video is working properly. Then you go for screen share. A lot of sound that is coming from your end. You haven't switched on your video yet.
Uh,
You start your video and
sir,
start.
may I have your permission to start?
Yeah, go ahead, ma.
Sir,
Can you
is the
hear
screen
me?
visible now?
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Is the screen visible now?
No, not yet. You start your video first. Anandita, we cannot see you, ma. First, do as we say, follow the procedure. This is a problem. We need to record, we need to take screenshots. If you are not visible, then you will not be able to get certificate. We also need to know who is presenting, right?
Sir, can you see the...
No, ma, I think your network is very low. You need to connect to a better network. Are you using laptop or mobile, ma? And now your screen is visible. You start your video as well.
Uh, Dr.
We can't hear you, ma.
Abhijit Chakraborty to tie that.
Anandita, we can't hear you. Can you connect to a better network? I think you are facing network issue.
Action.
Anandita, you connect to a better network and then rejoin for presentation. We will go on with other presenter. In the meanwhile, you can fix up your network issues. Can connect to other network or move to a better place where you have good network. So we'll move on to Meenakshi. Kindly go through the presentation guidelines. We have a strict adherence. Now new policy has come up. Only those who are following the presentation guidelines will only be getting the certificates. So presentation guidelines are there, clear on website. Follow them strictly. Meenakshi, you can unmute yourself, start your video, and then start your presentation. Do it quickly, ma.
It's power outage here, so that my video won't be available.
Then you do one thing, you switch on video first.
Sir, can you see me? Electricity is not here.
No, ma.
Dark here.
No, for a second, you switch on some torch or anything, we'll take screenshot. And then you
Okay.
can switch off your video. And then you
Okay,
can...
sir. Just a minute. Sir, can you see me?
No, ma, not yet.
Am I visible now, sir?
No, ma. Don't have candle, torchlight, anything backup?
Sir, I am using torchlight.
But we can't see you. You switch off your video and try to switch on again.
Okay.
Your bandwidth is also low. That's why you are facing issues.
Sir, it's heavy rain here. That's why.
It's okay. You try once again. Otherwise, we'll see.
Okay. Sir. Sir, I will join once more.
Okay, you try once again. If it doesn't work, then you present orally. Yeah, kindly bear with the presenters. They are facing technical issues. See, that's why we have an option also, pre-recorded sessions. We have been seeing this, not everyone has the same kind of technology available. That's why we have provided an opportunity to pre-record your sessions in Zoom, and you can send it also. That is also available. Kindly utilize. That is available for all the events, not just for this event. Any event, you can pre-record sessions following the guidelines, and then you can send it us well in advance, so that in case of any difficulty, any unforeseen difficulty, we can play that. At least you will not lose that opportunity. So try to utilize that in case if you are anticipating any such challenges. Dhanandita, you also be ready if you have fixed it. The network issues. Yeah, Meenakshi. You can unmute yourself, start your video.
Sir, am I visible now?
Ama. Okay, now you can switch off and start your presentation.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, good evening, one and all present here. Our lives are intertwined with the technology, where are constant companions, right? So, in this digital age, where screens dominate our daily routines, the concept of digital well-being is a crucial topic to discuss. So yes, my goal with this presentation is to share why it's essential to strike a balance between our digital interaction and our overall health and happiness. Yeah, so my topic of the presentation is digital well-being, a holistic approach. Sir, am I audible, sir?
Ama, please continue.
Okay. So I will try to share my screen.
If you are able to share, it's okay. Otherwise, you continue orally, ma. I think you have network issue.
Okay, sir.
Your voice is also sometimes breaking. So continue with the oral presentation. You can share your PPT. Anyway, you have to share your PPT. So you can send all the details along with that. You continue orally without PPT.
Yeah, sure. So before that, my name is Meenakshi J. I am currently pursuing a postgraduate diploma in translation studies and about to get into Central University to study my master's. So basically, what is digital well-being? And digital well-being is the capacity to look after personal health, the safety, and the relationships, and also work-life balance in digital settings. So, moreover, coming deeply to the concept of digital well-being, there are so many aspects we should consider when we are on the aspect of this digital well-being. So, using personal digital data for positive well-being benefits is one among them, and also we should have a balance between offline and online life, because that is what we are dealing in every moment. And also acting safely and responsibly in digital environments, and managing digital stress, the workload issues and distraction is are also a major thing when coming to digital well-being. um, and why should we be concerned about digital well-being? Because these digital technologies are contributing to our 24/7 online lifestyle. It will lead to major problems that directly or indirectly affect our physical or mental, spiritual, and social health. The stress and anxiety, the sleep disturbances that we gradually got, the social isolation which is caused by spending excessive time online. This can limit real time or real life interactions and lead to feelings of isolation. I'm graduated during the corona time, and I know the situation very well. Like we used to send my colleagues and I used to send messages in WhatsApp in a very close manner. But in the first day we met, we had some kind of problem to interact with each other. So that's a kind of social isolation we felt. And another thing is digital addiction. The overuse of technology behaviors impact productive time, and it will cause our energy centralizing on only into this digital platform. And another term which is very related to digital well-being is digital detox. Digital detox is taking periodic breaks from technology, and this can help restore our mental equilibrium. Yeah. And also disconnecting from devices, smartphones, or everyday technologies we use, and engaging in mindful activities such as meditation or nature walks or other hobbies allows us to be present, to cultivate self-awareness, etc. And many texts for mindful technology use, like we can set screen time limits, and we can prioritize real life interactions, engage in digital detox. This will create a healthy family bonding, I will say.
She got disconnected.
Can I continue?
Ama, complete your presentation.
So, moving on to the next topic is technology and sleep patterns. So basically, sleep patterns and technology is intertwined. Technology and sleep patterns are intertwined to a certain level. The blue light exposure, which is the blue light emitted from screens, can suppress melatonin production, which is a which is produced in our body, and the hormone which regulates sleep. So it's mandatory to keep phone aside when we sleep, and also disrupted sleep cycles. The main thing which we are facing today is putting aside or keeping phone near our table or near our bed. The disrupted sleep cycles are mostly caused by this process that we used to do. And the third thing is cognitive impairment. Cognitive impairment means this chronic sleep deprivation can impair cognitive function, and this will affect concentration, our memory, and also decision making. So, apart from that, there are certain supportive digital resources uh, or tools which are designed to promote a healthy relationship with technology. And these resources can help us track our usage, and we can set limits to set time limits, and also develop mindful habits. There's an app or tool called Freedom, which blocks distracting websites and apps. The second one I will refer is Off Time. It's also an app which tracks phone usage and sets time limits. And the third thing is my personal recommendation. It is the app called Forest. Forest is a productivity app, or it's a productive app which grows a virtual tree while resisting phone use. And I want to discuss about e-learning and student well-being. When coming to e-learning, the increased screen time, which involves extended screen time, which can lead to eye strain, headaches, and fatigue. And today, we all know that we can't resist, or we can't avoid phone for the usage of educational things, because in order to keep our files, or to memorize, or to research or in every aspect of education, the websites or the educational information carrying sources are really helpful, but setting control or limiting the screen time is a necessary thing. The blue light rays or the exposure from the smartphone will cause severe damage gradually to our physical health. And then there comes cyber security concerns, in which students need to be aware of cyber security risk, and we should take steps to protect the personal information um, from getting deviated from only. Then comes social isolation. Like a lack of face-to-face interaction in online learning can contribute to feelings of loneliness and isolation. And there comes balancing online and offline life. Balancing online and offline life meaning maintaining healthy balance between our online and offline lives. It is essential for our well-being. This involves setting boundaries, prioritizing real life interactions, and also we have to engage in activities that makes us flourish our mind and body. This can be achieved by setting some kind of goals like scheduled digital breaks. We can establish technology free zones and prioritize real life interactions and engage in offline activities. Engage in offline activities meaning cultivate interests and hobbies that don't require technology, such as reading, writing, exercising, or playing board games like that. And when it comes to cybersecurity, uh, there are a lot of concerns that came in the sphere of cybersecurity, because we have to use unique and complex passwords for all accounts, because strong passwords constitute a strong secure lives in our digital platform. And antivirus software, we should install and keep up to date antivirus software on all device. And we can see in Meta devices or WhatsApp or in prominent apps two factor authentication, and this will enable um, a two factor authentication for sensitive accounts. And another thing is phishing awareness. We should have to be cautious of suspicious emails and links. And these are all the things that we should keep in mind while using digital technology. And apart from that, I also want to say that by using this digital technology, we can enable digital technology for skill development. And this can actually be a great way to boost digital well-being.
The speaker got disconnected. All the presenters kindly requested to connect to a stable network. Or if you are facing any technical issues, you can also go for pre-recorded session. Yeah, Meenakshi, you can conclude. Yeah, Meenakshi, you can continue with your presentation and conclude it.
Okay, sir. So I want to tell one more thing, like using digital technology for skill development will actually is a great way to boost our digital well-being. So by engaging in online learning, like using online resources, online materials, or websites, or those will which boost our skills, or by investing time in owning those digital skills through technology, will lead to a more balanced and fulfilling digital experience. So that's also an important thing which we should consider. So there comes end to my presentation. Thank you for your patience. Thank you, sir.
Very well presented, Ma. If it was with PPT and all, it could have been much better. And this is very much important topic nowadays, which is very relevant. We are more on gadgets. So it's, but how we are spending our time is more important. Generally watching for all kinds of entertainment whole day, wasting our time and resources is not good thing. And it is also straining and leading to various musculoskeletal disorders. And, it is also causing a lot of eye-related, ear-related diseases and disorders. We see most of the mental health disorders are arising because of ear-related issues. And we are always plugged into our headphone, these earbuds. And that is also causing a lot of issues nowadays. And maybe that in next few months or years, that is going to be another big problem. Now itself, we are seeing a lot of people facing with issues. So we have to reduce our time. See, whenever possible, we have to minimize. And it is a very good opportunity that we can, access it easily, and you can have a flexible option of learning, reading, but at the same time, we need to be conscious of our body and health. So very well presented, and you also have mentioned some apps where we can use. Again, be cautious with such apps. Again, it keeps draining your battery unnecessarily. So that will also again cause more anxiety and more can be a troublesome at times. But nowadays, what we see, even in iOS and Android, they have an inbuilt, apps. So that will help you to monitor the screen time, how much time you are spending, on which app you are spending. And, you also get all the stats, like which app is draining your battery, on which app, how much time you are spending, and what you are doing. All these statistics are available. So you can monitor at least once in a day for 5 or 10 minutes. You can check the stats and you can block that app or remove that app permanently from the mobile. If you are spending too much time on that app, and also monitor your time If you are spending too much time on YouTube or any other activity that is not productive or becoming counterproductive, then it's a high time, because everyone has limited time. You know, time is limited. So we need to ensure that every second, every minute is for productive, for learning. We should keep learning. So very well presented. Congratulations, and complete your formalities in time. Wish you all the success for your future endeavors. Yeah, Pradeep, can go ahead with your feedback.
Yes, sir. First of all, I congratulate Meenakshi for presenting such a insightful topic, and which is very useful nowadays. Which digital detox is very much essential, and we see that many of the children, especially, they use this mobile phone and they are addicted to that. A good demonstration, and also you have emphasized most about the applications also. As Ravindra sir said that the applications sometimes may drain the energy. I mean to drain the mobile phone. So wise enough to use that. And thanks a lot. I congratulate once again for bringing out this topic and presenting well presented. Congratulations.
Hello, sir. Can I finish my presentation? Hello, sir. Is anybody there? Sir, can I continue with my presentation?
You start your video, ma.
Sure, sir.
Now you share your PPT. Can you hear me?
Sir, is the screen visible now?
Ama.
Yeah, I'll start with my topic. It is a off-beat topic uh, in my area of interest, environmental science, that is ecosystem and its services in an evolving tidal flat environment, which is located in Talshari, Odisha. I'm from Techno India University, West Bengal, and I'm presenting my topic, and I'm Onindita Banerjee. So first, if we introduce the term tidal flat, it was defined by Jackson, which is an extensive, nearly horizontal, marshy or barren tracts of land, alternatively covered and uncovered by tide. That means the whole part of the land or the portion of the land is tide dominated. That means it is twice visible and twice inundated by tidal waters. Depending on the climate and other substrates salinity, they can be covered by salt marshes, mangrove, sea grasses, algal and microbial mats, and as well as biofilms. Other organisms, that is macroorganisms, which are present are mussels, clams, worms, oysters, and also a variety of mollusk, polychaetes, and crustaceans. So a tidal flat can be divided into three parts: a supratidal zone, which is rarely inundated by water except in case of storm surges, an intertidal zone, which is inundated twice a day, and a subtidal zone, which is always inundated by water throughout the day. The primary producers in a tidal flat is not only phytoplankton but also phytobenthos. They are replenished by seawater. There are two types of organism, mainly filter feeding and deposit feeding. So filter feeders are bivalves, worms, sea anemones, etc., which depend on the ocean current for their transportation of required oxygen and pelagic nutrients for their food. On the other hand, benthic organisms, they are motile and can move through the sediments and take their food from the sediments. These deposit feeders are worms, annelids, mollusks, and crustaceans. So this is my study area. The total length of the tidal flat is around 7 kilometer, located in this geographical location in the state of Odisha, which has narrow creeks, sparse vegetation, and marshes as well. The total area it covers is 11.80 square kilometer, present at the confluence of Subarnarekha River, forming an estuary complex composed of mangrove trees, bushes, salt marshes, and tidal flats. This is the area which is my study area, that is the tidal flat. So, based on the geomorphology, this tidal flat is a bar tidal flat, which this barrier bar runs parallel through this tidal flat and has four drainage basins indicated by these numbers, which are connected to the open sea through tidal creeks. These small channels are known as tidal creeks. They act as conduits for supplying and draining sediments with flood and ebb flows. Each drainage basin has its subtidal, intertidal, and supratidal zones, and their sediment character changes from sand to mud, respectively. The ecosystem identified in these areas are mainly geomorphological elements of the tidal flat, which constitute of highly productive coastal ecosystem that recycle nutrients from both land and water, and it provides a habitat for various types of invertebrates and other life forms. Other part is the sporadic patches of mangroves and sea grasses, which are present in the tidal flat. That means the whole flora and fauna provided by this tidal flat. These are some pictures from that area. This is the famous red king crab of Odisha. This is a horseshoe crab. These are some shorebirds in the tidal flat, and this is a fish market, mainly focusing the edible fishes present in there. This is a habitat showing clams. Clams are generally bivalves. This is an example of Chinese razor clam, and this is a habitat showing worms. So, what are ecosystem services? Ecosystem services are benefits provided to humans through transformation of resources. That means each ecosystem has some service to provide to human for its well-being. Like what we get from the environment is the ecosystem services like clean air, water, and food, because we are entirely dependent on environment for our food and other goods and services. So here are some summarized ecosystem services. Mussels, which are bivalves, are powerful filter feeders, play a crucial role in ecosystem functioning by effectively removing particles from water column and sediments, acting as biofilters. Fish is an integral part and major protein source around the globe, and the people living in these coastal areas thrive majorly by selling these fishes, because they this is the main source of their income. Beetle vine is another source of income, which is a cash crop under the family Piperaceae, mainly consumed in parts of Odisha and West Bengal. In local language, we call it as pan. So, birds are also visually and orally apparent components of this ecosystem, and they act as scavengers, seed dispersers, seed predators, and ecosystem engineers. And they also have their aesthetic value, because mostly they attract tourists, and tourists come to these places for bird watching. These are some pictures from the Talchari area. Molluscan shells collected for future use. That means they can be used for ornaments, for showpieces, then again for lime production. A fisherman catching fishes for their sale in the market. A beetle vine, which is also known as a borage. So, despite their importance, tidal flats are facing threats from anthropogenic activities because of environmental degradation and biodiversity loss. and some effective measures are to be taken to protect this vulnerable ecosystem to ensure their uninterrupted provision of their valuable services. These are some mitigation measures which I would like to give, that are stricter land use planning, pollution control, sustainable agricultural and fishing practices, early detection and rapid response in case of invasive species, public awareness, habitat restoration, sea level rise adaptation, research and monitoring, and community engagement. These are some references I have followed. Thank you so much for your patience. I would like to thank Dr. Ravindra for organizing this type of seminar and giving me this opportunity to present in it. Thank you so much, sir.
Congratulations, ma'am. Very well presented. And you have also brought various issues related to environment and biodiversity.
Thank you, sir.
So you are doing environmental science, ma'am? Which year?
Yes, I'm doing PhD. This is my last year, only few months are left.
So you are doing PhD, right? Okay. So nice. So, in general, we are seeing a lot of environmental issues, climate change and all
Yes, sir.
affecting. So what kind of, flexible or adaptable changes you would suggest?
Sir, I think on the government level, there should be stricter laws and policies where the common people have to follow, so that they do not harm the environment like now they are doing. So at governmental level, there should be more laws and policies. Some people dump their entire waste into the seawater. So some people are making hotels, houses in the CRZ 1 and 2. So I think these should be monitored so that these vulnerable ecosystems are not destroyed in our future.
Yes, ma'am. One thing is like from policy level, at policy level, we need to have policy, having stringent laws, and at the same time, at an individual level. See, no matter how many laws are there, acts are there, even now also we have a lot of.
Yes, sir. Public awareness should be more and more, so that people are more aware, and some measures are being taken, like including this subject in schools and college levels, so that they get an idea about what is environment, what should we do, what should we avoid to protect our environment, so they can educate other peoples, like other local people, so that public awareness is very important, I think so.
Very well said, ma'am. We all need to advocate and give alternative solutions which are very simple to implement, so that everyone starts implementing.
Yes, sir. Some other sources, like we can use some other alternatives which will less pollute the environment, we can go for that.
Yeah. So you can do, see, you can utilize this opportunity, uh, uh, to create awareness also. You can avail
Thank you, sir.
more opportunities, and you can use this opportunity to create more awareness on
Yes, sir.
environment and related issues. And I congratulate you
Thank you,
for
sir.
taking up this subject, which is very much important now, has become most prominent. And we wish you all the success for your future
Thank you
endeavors.
so much, sir.
Hope you will become a prominent environmentalist.
Thank you, sir.
Conserving.
With all your blessings and blessings of the Almighty.
Yeah. So thank you, ma'am. Congratulations once again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Complete all the formalities.
Sure, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone, for listening patiently to my presentation.
So anyone has any queries or feedback, we can take it up, and otherwise we can conclude. Okay, then thank you everyone for joining us for the 2 days international conference. Which was conducted yesterday and today, and disseminated information on population as well as youth skills and environment. Hope you all have learnt and gained insights from various sessions. So we express our heartfelt gratitude to all the participants and presenters, collaborators, to all for their valuable time and resources and for patiently listening on this platform. The feedback form has been raised in the form of polls. We request everyone to fill the feedback form before leaving the platform. And after filling up this feedback form, there is also a Google form link which has been shared in the chat box. This is mandatory because that you can fill it later on also. It is also available on the website. So you can fill that form later also after filling up this form. This form is also mandatory for today's attendance. So we request everyone to quickly fill up the feedback form, which has been raised in the form of polls, and then also complete the Google feedback form. And you need to complete all the formalities before the closure of this conference, or at max within 24 hours of the conference. Kindly go through the presentation guidelines. Those who have presented, ensure that you are completing all the formalities by reading them, understanding them properly, and completing them. And participants, kindly fill the registration form if you have not yet registered, and also fill the feedback form, which is available on the website and which we have shared in the chat box as well. So that you will be eligible for certificates, and you all can download your certificates. After 3 to 5 working days, you can visit website, conference website, which has been already shared. And once you register for this conference, you have got an email along with your registration form. In that form also, the registration details are there along with the website link from where you can download your certificates. So no need to search anywhere. You can just go to your email and see, and also bookmark, because the website remains same and every event has a dedicated page. You just need to navigate to respective section and download your certificates. And certificates will be only provided for those who are completing all the formalities in time. And if you can't find your certificate after 15 working days, you can complete all the formalities, then you can make a request on the website There is a format, you can use that format and make a request. So no calls, no SMS, or no WhatsApp calls or messages, normal calls or messages, or not even on social media. Any queries related to certificates will be entertained. You have to come with a proper procedure, through proper channel. On the website, the details are given. That will rarely happen because we are very cautious and we are checking thoroughly. If you have made any mistake or if you have missed any formality, then you might not get your certificate. In that case, you recheck. If required, you can fill it once again, no problem. But ensure that you are doing it completely. And then apply. And then make a request. Without completing formalities, even if you make request, the system cannot generate, because system automatically generates based on the data. So we request everyone to complete their formalities and check website after 3 to 5 working days and wait. If sometimes it may get delayed, can wait, but ensure that you are completing the formalities within 24 hours of this closure of conference. So thank you once again, everyone, for joining us. So see you all tomorrow at 6 o'clock. Every day we have sessions on different topics and commemorations and celebrations. So see you all tomorrow at the same time, 6 o'clock, with the same joining link, with different celebrations and commemorations. Take care. Good night.